Good morning, everybody. This is Christy from the Be the Light YouTube channel. I thank you so much for stopping by, and as always, I send you love. Today is October the 9th, and I have already made this video, and I decided to redo it. I really can't recall what I placed in the previous video, but I knew I had more information. And, I am sorry I have so much to talk about, yet I can't place them all into one video because I can't explain everything in one video without making it pretty lengthy. And, of course, if I wouldn't continuously talk like I am right now, I wouldn't be wasting time. But I know I appreciate videos. Sometimes I appreciate a longer video. The ones that I am watching, I'm talking about for myself and personal growth. But then I also appreciate a quick video. And it all depends on my mindset that day, of course, how much I have to do within that day. So I tried to make them more compressed, if you will, because I know everybody has a life to live. Everybody has other videos that or lessons and things they want to read, do, pertaining to your own personal life in general, but also your spiritual life. So that's why I try to make smaller videos. Hopefully that helps you out more. If you like longer videos, let me know. And also, if you like certain topics or seek understanding about certain topics, don't be afraid to comment below my videos and give me a shout out or send me an email and ask me a question about something, and I will be glad to do a video about it if I have knowledge about that. So, October the 6th, as we are enhancing our inner guidance system, because we are in the process of the integration process now that is allowing us to utilize the gifts that we have enhanced because we have learned a lesson. I need you to hear what I just said. We tap into a level. We tap into the coordinating chakra system. We tap into a lesson associated with that chakra system. We tap into the lesson that's associated with that chakra system and previous and quite possibly higher ones that link these together. If we are not understanding and learning those lessons associated with it, we don't make that connection. Therefore, we can't integrate that energy properly to utilize in the end to receive the gifts associated with the level we're at and the chakras that we have enhanced. So we should be upgrading in our hearing, our senses, in our inner knowing. I have been hearing more, and this is something that I have been requesting. I have been asking, can I enhance my hearing? And that's kind of frightening, though. It was very, very terrifying for me in the very beginning, knowing that I had to hear my guides, to hear God more, to hear my family more, whomever is associated with me in my growth and my purpose, in order to do what I am supposed to do and serve here. But I knew that it was so important that I had to do this. Otherwise, I can't fulfill my purpose. So the process of eliminating fear of all types, limitations of all types, the ego, and however it arises has to be eliminated for your life. And so I began to hear something the other night, an actual conversation now. I had an actual conversation where I was able to respond back and receive. I was asked, do you know what it takes to construct Jachin and Boaz of the two towers? And I said, no. What does it take? It takes heart. And I was humbled by that response. It takes heart. Now I kind of want to explain. But first, I kind of want to express that we can build these two pillars. The two pillars are a part of our temple. The two pillars are the masculine and the feminine side. The two pillars are the sun and the moon. The two pillars are the left and the right side of us. The two pillars are light and dark, yes and no, hate and fear. It's every opposite. And when you build those two pillars and you are in the structure of love, you become that center pillar that is built. I believe I mentioned that in my other video, that the vision that I received were the pillars uniting in the center. They create a center pillar. Now my pillar, those two pillars were not actually united. There was I could see light in between. A faint glow of light in between, telling me I haven't united it yet. I am going to. There is no ifs, ands, or buts for myself. This is what I choose to do. I choose to be love. And getting into these pillars means passing an initiation. And I had to already experience that initiation. It's a divine order that takes place. And if you are unable to pass it, you are unable to go through these two pillars and receive. So the important thing here is, are you actually being loved? That's the question. Are you resembling love? And love for my life and love for your life will be completely different because we are all having a different experience. We all are associated with different people in our lives. Separate lifestyles, separate experiences, separate pasts. And all of this comes into play with our idea of love. But it goes for everything. What are your thoughts? What are your emotions? What are your words? And what are your actions? What are you eating? What are you watching? Are you talking bad about somebody? Are you thinking bad thoughts about somebody? Are you not doing something that you should be doing? Everything comes into play here. Are you doing something and hate that you're doing it in that very moment? Now, I am not talking about, because I have times like that when I am so upset that I have to do this. And I catch myself with that thought and that emotion, the anger that I have, the resentment that I have, the bitterness that I have. And of course, this is an emotion that goes back for 18 years now. So it's a lesson that will continuously come up, and every time it comes up, it has been a lesser thought, a lesser emotion. And when I say a lesser, I mean not so bad. Yet I still have it from time to time, and I am moving it out. I am moving it out. I witnessed it yesterday where I noticed it. I felt a little bit, very little, and I just went and acted on it instead. And I did it with a loving gesture. I remembered I am love. As before, I was thinking a negative thought, I was feeling a negative emotion, and I had a negative action as a result. I was still acting on something with thinking a negative thought and thinking a negative emotion. Although I caught myself and said, no, this is not me, I became more aware. But in that direct time frame, I kind of was still building up that bad karma, because every thought and every emotion, regardless of good or bad, will come back, especially if it's acted on. So I have to continuously repeat this lesson, and this lesson is associated with, I'm not afraid to express it, taking care of my mother-in-law with Alzheimer's. And this is the dirty work, not the work like, feeding her and things like that, but the dirty work of cleaning up behind an individual who no longer can clean up themselves or their area. And it's time consuming, and it's really, I don't want to use the word disgusting, but it does take us back, or for myself, to a childhood-like state, for her anyway. And I have to remember that's who she is, a child now. In certain aspects anyway. She might be able to speak still and walk for the most part. But everything else, she is back to being a child, and now I am the caregiver. And I caught myself yesterday doing the correct thing. I witnessed what I needed to do. I refrained from having an emotion, and I took action upon it without allowing it to take away from me. I witnessed that yesterday, and I hope that this continues on. If it continues on again, and I get better after this moment, as of yesterday's moment, I know I have passed this. This has been a part of my lesson. This has been a part of my growth into the true meaning and concept of what love is. Love has nothing to do with who else is supposed to do something. Love is about what are you supposed to do in the moments that are handed to you. In every moment that is handed to you, what are you choosing? So, now basically, when you are a reflection of love, you are using spiritual laws or spiritual virtues. You are embedding the holy virtues. And I didn't know I was implementing holy virtues. I knew that I was just wanting to be a good person. And that's what it is. Are you choosing to be the greatest version of yourself in every experience? And it's not going to be easy. This has been the most difficult thing. Well, all of it's difficult in our spiritual journey here. And I mentioned this in a lot of my videos, or in the past when I talk about how to be your greatest self. And what I had to do, it was very difficult for myself, because I said that I believed in God, and I said often that I believed in Christ. But saying that you follow God and Christ, or and love them and believe in them and acting on them, are two separate things. And I had to really tell myself that I was lying to myself in my past. That, again, the ego can come into play here and make you feel bad about yourself and take away, or the ego can come into play here and make you and push you forward towards something. A good ego, a healthy ego is what you want. Because when you're using a healthy ego, you're tapping into the heart. The heart is associated with love. Love is associated with Christ. And so what I had to do is pretend. And I placed Jesus Christ next to me. In the very beginning, that's what I had to do. I had to stop myself and say, oh, remember that verse or that saying a long time ago, what would Jesus do? Well, what would I do if Jesus was here? If he was here, would I get mad at the pile of dishes? If he was here, would I get mad that the trash wasn't taken out? If he was here, would I get mad because I have to do the chores, go do the errands, clean up the house, do everybody's laundry? And of course, this is what a woman, we're taught that a woman's supposed to do. Yet it still becomes a burden because we have a negative mindset about it, that somebody else is supposed to do something. And it's a reminder that true love comes from you, not from another individual. True love gives, not because somebody else is giving to you and doing something, but because love is love and love is right. So that's what I had to remind myself. Love does. Love doesn't complain. Love does. Love doesn't request something of someone else. Love does. Love doesn't wait for someone else to give before it loves. Love is just love, and that's it. Without question, without doubt. And it is hard to be in the reflection of love. It's hard to be love when the world is falling to pieces. It's hard to be love when the household might not be together. It's hard to be love when everybody is yelling at you, whatever the circumstance may be. But whatever is happening outside is there as a lesson to guide you. Guide you to love always. And upon all of this, I was given, of course, as I just spoke about, the holy virtues. And this is associated with divine order. And I was given the phrase, and I have to go back and make sure I have it correct here. The Aldebaran order. Aldebaric order. So we are, and that was the 8th day, the evening of the 7th. So a couple of days ago that I got that message. And when did I? So I uploaded the video yesterday about the Eye of Taurus and Aldebaran, which I made that video I think on the 6th or something. I can't remember what day, the 7th. And so after I made that video, I received the message of the Aldebaran order. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Aldebaran order. So it's going with connecting this dot here, making this connection of Aldebaran, that higher intuition, the higher guidance, higher knowing, the higher heart. And so I also want to make sure that you understand this diamond, the diamond consciousness, which is associated again with Aldebaran and the Eye of Taurus. Which connects you with higher states of consciousness. Because we are building a prism, if you will, with a diamond grid. We have our crown diamond that we activated and tapped into a while back. And it connects with our throat to thymus, which is our high heart. And then again, we'll have another diamond that's associated with the heart and our midsection. And then we'll have another diamond that is associated with our lower root area. These are the Holy Grails again. And then we'll have another diamond that, again, comes and creates our light being to create our Merkaba. I'm trying I don't make notes here. I'm just going through what I have and trying to implement it as best as I possibly can. So what is important here is that when we embody love, or try to embody love, what we are actually doing is getting rid of the animalistic desires. And this isn't just about sex, okay? But an animal, like a pig, for instance, will eat, sleep, and defecate in its spot. It has no heart, no mind association. It just is filth, pretty much. And so that's what I was talking about previously about your thoughts. Are they dirty thoughts or negative thoughts? Your emotions, how are they? Your words, what are you talking about? And this also goes through, what are you writing? And it goes for everybody that I have witnessed in groups, other groups, complaining. The way you write, if you are experiencing something throughout your process, the way you write it tells you believe in that negativity. Like you have a symptoms and, oh, I hate da 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 da, or this is driving me da 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 da, and complain. You're believing in what you are experiencing, and you will not integrate higher energies. You will not upgrade. Complaining is ungratefulness. Complaining is not learning a lesson. Complaining is being in the animalistic character. And so for several days, I have also been seeing rain. I was trying to see how many days in a row it's been. But, well, it's been at least 2 days, if not 3. where I have been having dreams now about rain. Now, my dreams have been they have been in alignment with who I am currently. I no longer have like terrifying dreams that frighten me, or if I have anything, which I can't recall, anything that comes up that's would be considered a nightmare, I no longer have a negative emotion towards it, or any emotion towards it. My dreams now no longer give me a good or bad emotion. I now know when I have my dreams that there is an exact lesson that's within it, and a lot of messages within it. And right now, I know I am clearing a lot of old stuff, that my lessons in my daily life aren't building up. That's also something that will take place in your dream state, is that you're clearing out a lot of things. They will surface in your dreams to help you purge them out. But if you are having a negative or an emotional response, like if you're waking up in sweats, or if you're waking up anxious, if you're waking up terrified, if you're waking up being feeling abandoned, whatever it is, those are emotions that I have felt in my past, so I'm using them, then you are still in that learning phase. I don't know where, beginning, middle, or towards the end, but you can tell by the state of how you wake up and feeling when you are remembering your dream, on how you feel. If your heart is really palpitating and out of control, and you're like, feeling that anxiety of your dream, then you have lessons still to deal with in your everyday life that will probably help you clear them out later on. Once you handle your everyday life lessons when you are in your waking state, your dream states will become more peaceful as well. So I have been purging the past few nights, and I've been having dreams the past few nights, which is odd for me. I will have dreams every now and then, and for the most part, I won't recall many of them. So I know when I do recall them, there's a message for me. And so the rain, something caught my awareness when I was doing more research about the fruit of life and the holy virtues this morning, is that let's see if I can go get it. Okay, so this morning, or last night, I'm sorry, I received again about the importance of the holy virtues. And when I began doing some research about it, it is the special bestowal of spiritual grace. When you get through, again, this and build and construct the two pillars, and your heart center is structured properly, meaning that you have created divine balance within the two pillars, those two structures, and you understand that both sides of the opposites are necessary. Now, thinking by what you are reading is one thing. Implementing what you are reading means you have faith in it, and you believe in it. So if you are acting on it within your everyday actions, and choosing a greatest experience because you see that this might be a negative experience, but you're choosing the greater experience, you are choosing from the heart. And you know, though, also, that if something great and divine comes to you, that it doesn't make you a greater person than the next person. It means you have just chosen a greater experience, and you receive according to that experience. It is what it is, in other words. And so going back to rain, that rain is a form of, well, of course, when rain comes down, I never thought about it like this. It's planting the seeds. Rain is necessary to plant the seeds. And we will experience spiritual rain. My eye is extremely itching at this very moment. I know it's upgrading here. I'm receiving, because I am implementing something here within this understanding and acting on it. And at the process of where we currently are, the rain is pouring down. Because when the rain pours down, it means the fruits of our labor are coming. Everything that we have been working for is about to arrive. Now, I express to you, what is today's date? Yeah, so tomorrow is the 1010 gateway, portal, whatever you want to call it, which connects us to the spiritual realm. It is associated, 1010 again is associated with the angelic realm, which my understanding is now connected to Aldebaran and Archangel Michael, the blue rays, and the bloodline of Jesus Christ, and I forget how to say that word, and I probably won't even make it. Yeah, I'm not. I mentioned it in my other video, so about Aldebaran, and you can go back. Is associated with that divine bloodline. So, in that order. I was trying to look real quick though, but okay, so I can't find it anyway. So again, it is associated with Aldebaran, because now I'm picking up on the discernment and the right intention of actions under the enlightened manifestation of Soul's light, which is, again, that pouring down of rain, the special bestowal of spiritual grace. When we have actually done the work and implemented the holy virtues by choosing love, and it's 10:10, by the way, on the clock. I've been seeing it for the past few days, twice, both morning and both evening. Now I forgot what I was saying, so I apologize for that. So the doorway here for the 10:10 is just the opening for it. And on the 11th, again, I express that this 11th day is something significant for us. The 10:10 is the activation or the integration process. It's the portal that's going to open you up more to receiving this type of holiness or sacredness, the spirit, by creating that center pillar, Hopefully this is what you have worked for. If not, this is something that you can still integrate by always choosing love. And this takes me back to a while back also, when God said, love is going to save humanity. Love saves humanity. Nothing else. If we aren't choosing love every day, if you see something that's negative on social media, on TV, if you aren't choosing love to see it from a loving concept, you're choosing the opposite. You're choosing to belong to what you are witnessing instead of your soul's imprint. And so the 11th is going to be, I believe, something of great significance, maybe of receiving something. And I wanted to also say, and I don't know for certain because the day hasn't come yet, but they have been speaking about us having rain on Sunday, which is the 11th. So now I've been having rain in my dream state, and rain is coming in the manifestation stage now. So now when you witness rain in everyday life, I want you to think it in terms of receiving now. That the seeds that you have worked towards, and this goes for whether good or bad, because if you are doing something negative, you're going to receive the seeds that are negative. Because a good tree can only produce good fruit, and a bad tree will only produce bad fruit, which is negative and positive, okay? And don't assume that when I say bad, that you are evil. You know, the battle between the forces or the battle between ourselves. And now that is something else. I didn't want to take up too much time on this and I guess I'm going to implement this together. That twin flame journey that people are always talking about. Trying to find your twin flame. Finding your twin flame. You are your twin flame. And even I believed in that concept of, wow, I'm excited. I can't wait to really connect. And I've always felt that my husband really was my twin. You know, him and I carry a lot of similar experiences growing up as a child. Now, this is also stuff that they teach you when you are trying to connect with your actual twin flame in reality. And I'm not saying we don't have a twin flame in reality, but the true twin flame journey is merging your divine masculine and your divine feminine together. We have become separated because of the fall of man, because we chose to believe in the animalistic desires over the heart, and began to use more of our ego and our earthly desires, our sexual desires over our heart, which is connected to the Holy Spirit and Christ and God. And when you begin, which is the association between the two pillars here, the twin flames are the two pillars of Jachin and Boaz, the masculine and the feminine, the left and the right. When you merge, which is the good and the bad, love and fear, light and dark, the opposites of everything, when you connect back what was always ours, you are united as your twin flame. And only within this unity can you connect with anything and anyone outside of you. Whether or not you are destined to have a soulmate, a twin flame, a significant other who is there, you are the divine marriage. You are the unity from within. And anything else that you receive in this reality is supposed to complement you. Complements you. It's that gift. It's that blessing. It's not that you need someone else. You don't need a soulmate, a lover, whatever it is to enhance your life. Because when you merge the divine masculine and feminine, you'll realize you are one. And that sense of needing someone to love you and nurture you and give and provide for you will be gone. And you see, I'm realizing that within my own life because of a conversation I just had, just kind of nitpicking or playing around with my husband. Give me this, give me that, kind of. So I know I am not united yet. I know that. I am not my higher self yet. I know that. I am not fully connected to God yet. I know that. I'm working my tail off to receive, and I am working my tail off to be my higher self. I am working my tail off to connect with God every day, all day long. And that's why with these messages, we are close. We are close. And tomorrow is going to help us get there. And then on the 11th is going to help us get there even more so. And it doesn't matter if you are here, going to be there tomorrow, the next day, next month, next year. As long as you are moving towards this with divine purpose to reflect love, to unite and build your pillars, your structure, your temple, and that's all that matters. The length of time doesn't matter, because especially when you are within every single moment and enjoying every single moment, you're not looking, oh, how much longer is it going to be? You'll begin to stop, relax a little bit, and enjoy the process. And that's what this is about, making sure that you can enjoy this, even with the symptoms, the downtime, the craziness. All of it is necessary to receive the greatness that will arrive. Remember that is the opposites. That is knowing that the opposite can't exist without the other opposite. The darkness can't exist without the light. The pain, limitations can't exist without complete freedom and liberation and healing. So when you can be in that divine middle, that middle ground, and create the peace from in your heart center, and be love as often as you can. You build your structure, and you will receive the fruits of your labor. This is Christy. Much love, health, and healing your way. I am bringing purpose to your life. Take care.